My name is Britney Peter, and I am from the Convent of Mercy Academy Alpha, and I am vying for the position of Region 1's Vice President. Great leaders always set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, it's always about the goal. Good day, everyone. My name is Britney Peter, a student of the prestigious Convent of Mercy Academy Alpha, and I am vying for the position of Region 1's Vice President. What would make me the perfect fit for this position, you may ask? Well, I'm a hardworking, responsible, and dedicated student leader. These attributes which I possess are what you need in a leader to represent you and your voice as students. Why should I be elected for this year's regional vice president? Well, I'm an amazing leader who is well involved in leadership in not only my school clubs, such as the secretary of Alpha's Key Club and the vice president of Alpha's Interact Club, but I'm also well involved at my church and the ministry of the Adventist Youth Department, and where I serve as secretary and treasurer. At the academy, I also serve as the current student council president, and I also serve as the National Secondary Student Council Region 1 Assistant Vice President. So I am fully aware of the roles and responsibilities as a leader and part of the NSSC. Now, with hearing all these lovely things about me, what do I plan to do for you in Region 1? Well, as your future regional vice president, I'll promote and execute my future plans, which are as follows. I'll first ensure that all the members of my region are fully aware of the roles as student councils and presidents and vice presidents. I'll then ensure to have a regional WhatsApp group created to ensure that each school in my region has an active student council body and that all presidents are added to that group. I'll also ensure that regional meetings and inter-council meetings are held regularly. Regional meetings will be held once bi-monthly to know what are the updates on things happening in the school, as well as what are happening in your student council body. Inter-council meetings will be held each quarter, and it will be geared towards creating a bond between presidents, vice presidents, and other members of the council. This, of course, will be done online. I'll also have regional activities geared towards the binding together of the students in the council, as well as an initiative to help to educate, give back, and also help students in means all way possible in Region 1. Lastly, I'll ensure that my regional executives will know their roles and responsibilities, and to also ensure the efficient functioning of them in the region and the council. Teamwork will surely make the dream work. With your vote and my voice, I'll make all these things come true. Vote Peter for a better and brighter future, and as Region 1's Vice President. Thank you.
I'm Javon Hyman of the Wolmer's Boys School, and I'm vying for the position of Region 1 Vice President. Good day, my fellow student advocates. I'm Javon Hyman of the Wolmer's Boys School, and I'm vying for the opportunity to be your next Region 1 Vice President. I come to you prepared with the experience and mentality to assist in the continued growth of our NSSC. I have passionately served as a member of my school Students' Council Cabinet, where I strongly assisted in the training and mentorship of our students' reps. I have also served as the Director of Planning for the Emerging Global Leaders of Jamaica program, where I planned and executed national leadership conferences, both in the physical and virtual space, which were all indeed a total success. James Cash Penny once said, "Growth is never by mere chance. It's the result of forces working together." My fellow changemakers, I bring this quote to you today because it embodies the mindset we students councillors must continue to nurture if we wish to further develop as advocates. I wholeheartedly believe that our region Students' Council can certainly be positively transformed through the implementation of these 4 initiatives. 1. Advocacy seminars. Advise, train, and mentor Europe's on how to properly advocate and defend the rights of your peers. 2. Reintegration of Students' Council Cabinet duties, taking into consideration the effects of COVID-19 on schools. This would entail properly reviewing the duties and responsibilities of cabinets to ensure that they are indeed able to run smoothly and unbothered by the continuance of this pandemic. 3. Interrelation programs to increase the growth and camaraderie relationship amongst we servant leaders through the creation of purposeful WhatsApp groups to promote socialization and also an each one help one mentality where councillors are able to grow as individuals as well as advocates through teamwork. And last but not least, 4. Working towards ensuring that all schools in our region allow their Students' Council president to be present on their school's board. thievery of our very rights as students is a problem I indeed plan on correcting through meeting with the principality of the schools in question to ensure that not just the law, yes, our rights will properly be upheld. My partners in advocacy, this 4-point plan is in no way unattainable. This is a strong list of initiatives that our region can most definitely bring to fruition through uniting and striving together. A famous Chinese proverb states, "Be not afraid of going slowly, be afraid only of standing still." My fellow students, councillors, I hereby assure you that with me as your vice president and partner in growth, there will never be a point in time when the development of our region students' council body stands still. What we put in will always be what we get out. So let's together put in the determination, efforts, and planning we need to achieve our goal of a stronger and more unified Region 1. Vote for experience, vote for progress, vote to attain higher with Javon Hyman. Thank you.
Thank you both. You have now reached to the question and answer segment of today's proceedings. You will answer the questions in the same order in which you read your manifesto. Your first question. In 2020, less than 50% of schools had an active students' council. How do you plan to tackle this issue within your region? Ms. Peter?
Could you repeat, please? I'm so sorry.
No problem. In 2020, less than 50% of schools had an active students' council. How do you plan to tackle this issue within your region?
Thank you for that question. Well, how I plan to tackle this issue is that I'll contact the schools and their principals and speak with them and tell them about the importance of having a student council representative to be on the board and to represent their voice as students. Thank you.
Mr. Hyman?
Yes, thank you for the question. Okay, so I will tackle this problem through my second point in my manifesto, which is addressing the duties of the Students' Council cabinets and the Students' Council in general. So this would entail making it clear to the Students' Council on how to operate despite it being a pandemic or not, which would allow them to continue to operate online. So yes, thank you.
Thank you both. Your second question. What plans do you have to strengthen communication with local councils in the absence of physical school? Ms. Peter?
Well, as stated in my manifesto, I plan to host regular regional meetings and inter-council meetings. These meetings will help to bind together each student in the council, as well as to help them know the importance of their roles. Thank you.
Mr. Hyman?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. I will address this problem through my third point in my manifesto, which would be the creation of purposeful WhatsApp groups, which would allow everyone to come together and promote a each one help one mentality, which would build communication, not just in the schools, but in the region as a whole. Thank you.
Your final question. What do you consider as the main function of a student council body? Ms. Peter?
Thank you for that question. The main function which I consider of a student council body is basically to advocate for the students and their rights as students and to represent their voice. Thank you.
Mr. Hyman?
Yes, thank you for the question. I think the main purpose of a students' council body is really to defend their peers, advocate for them to ensure that everything is in order, to ensure that they are being treated fairly at all times, to ensure that their voice is being heard. Thank you.
Thank you both.